Yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the place where we welcome people. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Okay, so we are just doing some stuff today. We're going to talk about the how the writing's going, doing the novel in a month thing. We are going to talk about the next book in the Bukowski Book Club. We're going to talk about the giveaway of Septuagenarian Stew, which if you haven't joined in for the giveaway for that book yet, you got to jump in on that. I'm going to answer some questions I received about the Seasons of the Muse Indiegogo campaign, which probably has roughly 10 days left or something like that. Maybe 13 days left. So we got to get on that. And so we're going to be doing that. Actually, let me make a list of all the things that we're supposed to go over today. That would probably be one of the smartest things I can do. Okay, so we're going to talk about how the writing is going. We're going, and these words do not count towards my writing goal, guys. Come on. We're going to talk about the next Bukowski Book Club book. We're going to do the giveaway for Septuagenarian Stew, answer Seasons of the Muse questions, and I already forgot something that I said we were going to do. So that's awesome. Bunny, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit as we go. We are doing a goal in the live stream chat right now, a super chat goal, where if we get 5 super chats, I'll do another giveaway next week. So if you want me to continue to do giveaways, which is fun to do, I like giving stuff away. Giving stuff away is fun. We need 5 super chats in the next hour. So if we make that happen, I give shit away. And I don't even know what I'll give away, but it'll probably be a book of some kind. But if you want to be in the Septuagenarian Stew giveaway, you have to let me know in the chat. I don't care where you are. If you want to be put in the giveaway, in the raffle, or pulling a name out of a hat, or however we do these things, let me know in the chat. Because I have to go back to the video in a minute, in the comments of that video, and find out all the people who said they wanted to be included in the giveaway. So we will do that. But right now, this early part, I'm feeling pretty good today. Even though I feel like I didn't get a ton of sleep, I felt like I got some good sleep. So that was okay. That worked out. But if you guys have any questions about anything in this first 10 to 20 minutes of the stream, I like to answer questions as people roll in. So let me see here. Did I get... Oh my God. So ridiculous. Anywho, here we are. Just us, you, and me. Let's see, what does this button do? Oh, okay. I see what that button does now. But yeah, actually, let me just go look at the campaign and see how far or how much time we got left. And I'll tell you, we got 15 days left. We are at 17% of our goal. So you got to get in there if you're going to get that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Bunny, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better? You let me know. I'm just having my coffee this morning. Oh, that's something else I wanted to talk about. I posted a video of it yesterday, but so I was on the latest episode of Slee Ricketts with Matthew Buckley Smith, and that was a load of fun, as it always is. I did a video about it yesterday, so you guys might have seen it already, but we talked a bunch of shit. We went over the books I've been reading this summer and how none of them are very good. We talked about problems with Instagram. We talked about... I'm trying to remember because like he has a secret show episode with me up there too now. And he's really cool about it. And if you want to get like a week free to see if you like it, you can like do the thing and it lets you go listen to it. And if you're really fun, you could go back and listen to the old episodes that I was on Slee Ricketts on. We talked about MFA programs. We talked about art. We talked about Seasons of the Muse, obviously. And we talked about like what it means to be a part of a scene or a movement, and kind of the pros and the cons of that, and what it does for you and how important it is. And then we talked kind of a little bit about me being an editor publisher and why I kind of backed away from that. So I guess if you want to hear more of the history of Poetic Anarchy Press and why I was doing the things I was doing, that would be a pretty fun listen for sure. My God, that was a good sip. It's not as warm as I would like it to be, but that's okay. I'm looking at a bunch of stacks of books, and it's making me want to thumb through them. Oh, the other thing I've been reading lately is I've been reading a lot of Bukowski's letters, because I was trying to find correlations, or not correlations, but him talking about some of the books that like we've been doing in the book club, and see like what kind of things he says about them. And he didn't say a lot about Septuagenarian Stew, but he does talk a lot about the Last Night of the Earth poems. And one of the things is that I didn't know is that like was it that one or was it women? It might have been women, actually. Because I've been doing a little bit of research on women and research on that, and I'll tell you why about the women one later. But Women was supposed to come out, and like it was supposed to come out, I think, in May of 78, and it didn't come out until right before Christmas. And he turned the manuscript in August of 77. And the thing that is also weird about it, for those of you who don't know, when he first started working on it, it was called Love Tale of the Hyena. And he wrote I'm not 100% how this happened, but he wrote the book. I think he started it in 76 and wrote, according to him, to a letter to John Martin. He like basically turned in like 95% of the book in, when was it? In like October. Jimmy, what's up? In October of 77. And John Martin didn't like how the book was. He's like, it's really choppy. Like, you need to like tighten it up. And then something happened and it seemed like he ditched the project. But then a few months later in, I guess this, so that was 76. So then in 77, like in the beginning, in like February, he said that he would start writing the new novel that he wants to call Women Now in March. So the thing about that's weird is that every story I ever heard was that Love Tale of the Hyena was just the original title for Women. I don't remember ever because I've read those letter books like years and years ago, but I didn't remember noticing that he had started the book, Martin didn't like it, and then he scrapped it, and then a few months later started a new book all over from scratch. And that's interesting because that was never the inclination I got from it, and especially from the interview. So I'm assuming he like picked stuff out and put it in, but then there was like this big blow up fight because John Martin heavily edited the book, and Bukowski hated the changes. And I think the book is like 106 chapters or something like that. And in a letter he wrote right before the book came out to somebody, he's like, yeah, it's 99 chapters and blah, 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 blah. But I know that the second printing of the book, probably the one that everybody has, was the restored Bukowski version because he was really pissed off about it. So anyway, so that's just a fun little story of fun stuff. But yeah, Jimmy, do you want to be in the Septuagenarian Stew raffle? Do you want a copy of the book? Bunny should want to be in it too, but Bunny's playing coy. Oh, that's what I keep forgetting to do. I keep wanting to tell Bucks that I'm listening to the National now. Got to get on that. You just say you want it, and then when I pick a name, your name will be in the hole of names that I pick. Like the hat. I got to start writing those names down because we're going to do the giveaway at the end of this live stream. I might even throw in this fancy bookmark. It's pretty cool, you know. It's very local. Yeah, I didn't realize when they started, but I was listening to them last night, and okay, Jimmy's in the hat. Is Bunny in the hat? Does Bunny want to be in the hat? But I was listening to the National last night, and I didn't realize that A, they were from Brooklyn, and B, they started in like the early 2000s. But I was listening to them, and the bass player was doing stuff, and I'm like, dude, this sounds like something. And it started me going, and I'm like, oh my God, so many of these bass lines sound like the bass lines on the first Strokes album. And I was just like kind of blown away. And so then I started listening to the Strokes, and I was going back and forth between the Strokes and the National. And now I just want to listen to both of them. Now you can pull Bunny from the hat like a true magician. Oh, shit. Oh, guys, don't forget to tip your waitress. Jimmy's going to be here all week, dude. Nikki Gemma. How you doing? Nikki, do you want to be in the hat? Do you want to book? Does Nikki want to be in a hat? I mean, it's not like Jimmy's not going to have a good joke off of that. That was really good. I can't believe I didn't see that one. Oh, but hey, that's what magicians do, you know? They do stuff that you can't see. Kind of like this. And now I am going to disappear. And now I'm back. Sure, I like books and I like hats. Well, there you go. Awesome possum. Okay. So I'm going to answer a question. Yeah, we're right about 20 minutes. I'm going to answer a question that somebody sent me in, and it makes me think I need to like recalibrate some of the stuff on the Indiegogo page. I was asked, okay, so if I pick a book, like if I pick a tier that gets me the paperback of Seasons of the Muse, I get a print, an art print, or do I have to like get the print pack in the add-on section afterwards? So to like make it more clear, if you pick up any of the tiers that have like the different paperback bundles or just the paperback or whatever, anything above the ebook, okay, you're going to get the chapbook of the poems that I had to take out of the book to make the book bookable. So you're going to get an extra book of poems that is also a limited run. And you're going to get one of the 7 art prints. I think there's 7. So you'll get one of the 7 art prints picked at random. And the prints are also limited run. There's going to be 100 of each. So they'll be numbered and signed, the whole deal. If you get the print pack afterwards, so after you go to checkout or whatever, when it shows you what the add-ons are, if you pick the print pack, you're going to get the book and all the stuff, but now you're going to get all 7 of the prints instead of just one. So that's how that works. So if you have any other questions about the Seasons of the Muse campaign or anything like that, please let me know. Oh, wow, look at all that hair going crazy on that side. I think I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I was going to trim my beard super short today. So that might be something that happens. Okay, let me see. What have we already talked about? We talked about Slee Ricketts. So go to, I think it's, if you just Google Slee Ricketts podcast or whatever, it'll come up. And then I answered that question, doing the giveaway for Septuagenarian Stew. We'll do that in a little bit. Oh, and then we'll talk about how the writing's going in the next Bukowski Book Club book. Let's do the next Bukowski Book Club book. So if you're following along with the book club and you want to do all that noise and stuff, The Last Night of the Earth Poems is the next book, and it's a big one, is the next book we're going to do. And this one, they nicely set up for us by making the book in parts. So there's part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So that'll be maybe easier for us to go through since it's like set up that way. So that'll be fun because that's a really good book. And I believe, and then here's this book, okay? So let's look at this. This book is, let's look at the page count on this fucker. This book is, oh, come on, thumbs. Oh my God. 405 pages, okay? 405 pages. He wrote all these poems in 1991. according to a letter I read last night. So 405 pages. So I guess it'll be safe to say that each section we do will be roughly 100 pages. So, but that's one of his best poetry collections. And that was the last poetry collection he published before his death. I got a lurk, and if I fall asleep, I apologize in advance. You should. Yeah, but lurk, you're fine. I'll put you in a hat. And if you're lucky, I'll pull you out of the hat. What's the book I'm pitching to win? Oh, sorry. Septuagenarian Stew. Poems and short stories. And if we get, and I'm doing a super chat thing where if I get 5 super chats, next week I'll do a giveaway too. I might just do giveaways every weekend. That's kind of fun, right? People like giveaways. I like giving people stuff. Let me see. What else? Oh, yeah. So the writing. Let's talk about that real quick. The writing, last night, I wrote until... Well, I wrote in the afternoon and got like 1,600 words in. But then around 11 o'clock, I started writing again, and I got to... Here, I'll tell you in a second. Well, actually, I could probably just do this. Wait, is it this button? 2463. Nope. There we go. So I got 2,463 words in last night before midnight, which was nice. So the video for that, I'm going to edit now, well, after this, and then I'll post it up for the members if you're following along, reading the book as I'm writing it. But yeah, I don't know. Have you guys been digging that? Or like, is it something worth doing? The fact that I'm streaming the book being written. Like, is it boring? Do you want it to go faster? Let me know what your thoughts on that are. Because, let me see here. Yeah, Mindy left me a comment on it and was being all like, good job, go, 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 and all this other stuff. I'm like, yay. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to start writing names down. So let me start writing names down. Okay, so we got Jimmy. We got Jammy. We got Bunny. And then I have to go to the actual... Oh, I can't leave this page. Oh, you know what I can do, though? Here, I'll do this. I will pull it up on me phone. I'm loving the writing streams. I'm not always awake when you're live, but I'm writing while watching them. And it's so helpful for utterly selfish reasons. All right, cool. The sound of my fingers slamming the keys is kind of like it puts you in a place. Okay, so we have Sam. Okay, let me see. Sam, Jumpy. Man, we got a Jimmy, a Jammy, and a Jumpy. And a Silly. Wow. Silly Hank. We'll just put Hank. Okay. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, shit. Hang on. Okay. So Jumpy, Jimmy, Jammy, Bunny. Okay. And then we have Hank and Sam. All right. Cool. And if anybody else wants to jump in as they come in, that would be cool. Oh, wait, nope, not that button, this button. It's totally white noise. The government could use it as an interrogation technique. Well, that doesn't sound very nice. That makes it sound like it's, no, you're jammy. Nikki jammy. No, yeah, I didn't forget you. Oh yeah, so I should tell you what I'm at right now with the old novel. I'm working on chapter 14 right now, and I'm at, wait, is that correct? I'm at 13,572 words. And allegedly I have 29 days left on my draft target. So 13,500 words for 14 chapters, but I just started this chapter, so that's a whole other thing. Okay, that's cool. I dig it. It's a compliment. Oh, I get you. I'm a little slow today. It's okay. Are you feeling better? I know you were a little kind of under the weather. Had a few duvet days in ya. Do 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 do. I feel like there was some like art update I was supposed to share with you guys, but now I can't remember. I'm gonna finish a couple paintings that have been sitting here. That's something I'm gonna be doing here pretty soon. Oh, maybe 3 paintings. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then I still needed to finish that one. One of the grainy looking things. I was gonna do that. I don't know if I'm gonna get that done today. I'm kind of digging typing right now. It's been a while since I wrote anything more than poetry, and it was kind of tricky when I started this last fall to get out of like short, concise lines and shit. So that was pretty hard to do. And like even last night when I was typing, I'm like, I'm just typing dialogue. I'm not putting any descriptive anything in here. So that idea I had where I might have to go back afterwards and add all that stuff in, that might be something that I have to do. And hopefully as I'm going, it'll get easier to like get purpley a little bit, you know? Yeah, I wrote a couple books that I was told after the fact were splatterpunk or bizarro, and I didn't even know those were genres. And every now and again, I take them off of Amazon because they're like really graphic and have a lot of questionable themes and stuff in it. But they sell really good in Germany, so I keep putting them back up. Like every time I take them down, like I'll get my my KDP statement, and I'm like, fuck. And then I'll put them back up, and then the numbers go back up, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I guess I could probably just put them in Germany or like outside of the US if I wanted to, but then that seems kind of shifty. I keep going back and forth with wanting to take the majority of my books off of Amazon. I don't know why I do that. Because every time you do that, you lose all your reviews. And I've done it so many times with so many different books that it just looks like I don't have any reviews for my books. So, did you like any of the splatterpunk you read? Was there something else I was supposed to talk to you guys about? I don't remember. Did you guys see my Stanley? Do you want to see my Stanley? It matches the book cover and kind of my shirt. It's got some like seafoam blue, green, and pink. It's my Miami Hot Girl Summer Stanley. Very tasty. Because I did all the pen name shit a long time ago. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. I think we talked about this before. But I used to have another press called Gold Medal Faucet. Malibu Stanley for sure. And and to kind of build the catalog and get people kind of excited about the press, every different genre book I wrote, I did under a different name. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I've written a lot of different kinds of books. So I had CC Wall. I had Mick Hunter. I had Vic Lord. James Ian Carter. Alan Edwards. Bert Bava. Shit. Oh, what was the gavel ones? That was not Page. It was started with a D. It wasn't Dashel, but it was like something like Desmond something. Oh, and then Leon Stickley. That was my favorite one. I'm like, oh, that's a damn good name, dude. And it sounds kind of real. So the problem is like you do this pen name bullshit, and then you have to like have things for that pen name. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're trying to like build a book business and all this other shit, you have your what do you call it? Like your mailing list for each author, your Twitter account or whatever social media account for each author or fan page or whatever to try to drum up business and stuff like that. And I guess I could have just done it all off of the Gold Medal Faucet stuff. But again, what I've learned from publishing in multiple genres and Amazon being your sole source of income is if people like a book because it's in a certain genre and then you try to put out a different book in a different genre and try to sell to that person, not only are they not going to like the book, but if they do get the book, they're going to leave you a bad review because it's not the kind of book they like, and then they're probably going to leave your mailing list. So it was just all over the place. And I got so burnt out from trying to... Oh, and then there was... There was another name I wrote under too. I can't remember. Anyway, and then I got so burnt out, and then I ended up just like killing the whole project. And I'm like, I can't do pen names anymore. Like I could barely take care of like one like person. But I guess if I just put stuff out to put it out and like don't try to do any of that stuff with it, but at the same time, if that's what I'm doing, what am I doing it for? Like if I'm not gonna like put the time and energy into making people care about a book, why the fuck should anybody care about it, you know? James Ian Lord sounds like a serial killer. Possibly. Let me see here. Malibu Stanley sounds like Barbie Summer Fling. That's good. dude, a funny poetry book cover could just be all those names listed for the art and call the poetry book Alias by Matt Wall. That's so funny. That's good. That's really good. But yeah, that was like that was a fun time in my life, like trying to, and I was publishing a book every week, like under like a different like each person would have a new book coming out every week, trying to just like pump up the press and stuff. And then we did a couple anthologies, um, and so there were some other writers that I got that weren't me, thank fuck, um, to be a part of it that were really cool. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, it was just exhausting. I just couldn't do it. No, wait. All the reviews are by the aliases on the back page. That's funny. And on the Amazon page. Like, I just make Amazon accounts for all of the all the aliases. That's ridiculous. Listen to us talking about this. This is just silly. But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take some of those books down. Like the Shallow Jallow series, I really like. It's kind of raunchy and kind of like murder mystery, but like tongue in cheek and kind of funny, but kind of like a sex comedy at the same time. Those are pretty cool, especially if you like those 70s like Argento movies and like even those like German krimis from like the late 50s through the 60s. Um, like Edgar Wallace, I think is his name. He wrote a ton of those things back in the day. They're kind of like that, but kind of like more of a parody or a spoof on the genre. Um, but like, yeah, the Bloodlust books, like I go back and forth. That's that trilogy I was writing, and then I didn't write the third book because I thought if I wrote the third book, I would actually die in real life because one of the characters in my book who wasn't listening to me when I was writing them started doing their own thing in my book, and it was making me nervous. That's a whole other fucking story. I remember when you first mentioned the Shallow Jallow project. Damn, dude, you've been around for a bit, dude. I don't even remember when that was. That was a while ago. But yeah. I probably wrote the first book before I started the YouTube channel. But did I put them out? I don't know. There's just a couple books in that series, and there were supposed to be like 5 more. But that's how everything goes. Like I will start a series and like plot out like 5 to 10 books, and then I'll only write a couple. Like the Hitman Black books, I think I had plotted out 21 books, and I wrote 3 and only put out 2. I don't think I ever put out the third one. The Gavel, I had probably like 12 or 13 books outlined, and I only wrote 4. And did I put the last one of that one out? I don't even know if I put and I finished that one. So that's stupid that I've just been sitting on it. But yeah. And then there was another book series I started called The Dicks that I never put out and I never finished. I published a short story in some magazine that was like the kind of the start of that, a little bit of backstory. And then because I and everyone else, once Marvel started putting those movies out, I mean, obviously they've been doing that for over 20 years now, but I had this stupid idea, and this is also something that kind of derailed me. I had this stupid idea of trying to have my own universe and have all the different books I've written all take place in the same world. And so I was trying to figure out how certain characters could intertwine and how they could like be in the same place. And probably the trickiest bit was Hank Bradshaw, who was the Dead Dame books, because that takes place in the 50s. And so I didn't know how I was going to get him. So I'm like, oh, I'll just have his grandkid be in the present world. Because the Dix was supposed to be the hubcap for all of these other things. And then John Page was the Gavel. And that took place in the 30s. But because of like all the weird shit that happens to the Gavel, I was just going to have him still be alive. And that would be one of the mysteries that they try to solve. Like, why isn't John Page aging? Black Star did do really well. But again, Black Star did well because of how I did it. I mean, I think it's a good book series, but like, there was a lot of excitement behind that. And it was when the Kindle Gold Rush was happening, and like doing a serial where you're putting a book out every week, and then having like cliffhangers like in every book. Basically every chapter is a cliffhanger, but then like there would be a couple months off, and then during that couple month time I was doing a lot of like teasing of what was going to happen next. But Black Star, I also knew everything that was going to happen in every book before I even started writing it. So having like 5 novels basically planned out and dates when they're all coming out before you even start writing makes it really easy to plan and get people excited about certain things. And then I did the in between the first season and the second season, because again they were in episodes, so that's how we did it. I made a fictional tour guide book of the town of Black Star Canyon. And there was like, in the back, there were coupons for the local businesses that some of the characters in the book owned. There were clues as to what was going to happen in the second season in the tour guide. There was a map of the town and shit. I just went really, really hard on that. And then the other thing that was cool was the tour guide. I was able to introduce a second character, or not a second character, but a secondary character that would end up becoming a like very important character as the seasons go on. But I was able to use the tour guide to do that because I had the tour guide written by that character who hadn't even been like really mentioned before. So now this random person that nobody knows is writing a book about Black Star Canyon. And so when you get to the second season, like that person like makes more sense. And just like little things like Black Star Bear was like a statue that's talked about in the book. Oh, and then that was another thing. I had people who were like fans of the series. I'm like, hey, go around and take pictures of weird attractions in your town, and I'll put it in the tour guide and say it's in Black Star Canyon. So a bunch of readers were able to go out and like do things. And one of the guys sent me a picture of this like tombstone in a cemetery that is just like a really awkward looking tombstone that he says like, yeah, people come from all over and then they stop and they just like stare at this thing because it's so awkwardly shaped and whatever. And then I ended up writing a whole bit in the book, in the, not the tour guide, but the actual series about this thing. And I made this whole like backstory, like people call it the tripping stone. Like no matter where you are, if you're walking anywhere in the vicinity, like you're going to fall over because it like magically trips you or something like that. It's like a curse. So just like there was like fun things like that. And then when the third season came out, we started this thing where we gamified stuff. And I made this, it was called the Secret Society of Black Stars. And on the website we had, there was like a leaderboard and all this other shit, and you get badges if you do certain things. So like if you leave a review on Amazon, you get X amount of points that you could turn in for certain badges or whatever. But then there were also other badges you just get for doing certain things. If you post about it on Facebook, you get a Facebook badge. If you did it on Twitter, you get the Twitter badge. If you, I don't know. And then basically the more like points you got, the further up the ladder you went. And if you like were the best at the thing, you become mayor of the town. Like you're the mayor of Black Star Canyon. And like the next thing down is like the sheriff of Black Star Canyon and all this stuff. So the third and fourth seasons of the book were really fun because like there were constantly like people sending in like I did this, here's a screenshot of it, da, 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 da. And so there was like maybe like 3 or 4 people who were really hardcore and like constantly fighting over the mayor badge. But that was like really cool. And honestly, like making that rule book and all the different badges, because the badges were done in the same artwork style as like all the books, like that was fucking a lot of work. That was probably more work than anything I actually did with that series. But the other thing that I did that was wrong with that series was that the series had a end date. Like I knew before I started writing the first words of the book how the series was going to end and that it would last 5 like novel length things. And I should have never done that. Because then when I tried to get the people who were into Black Star Canyon into other books, they weren't interested because it wasn't the same thing. And since then, I figured out like 2 different ways to continue the series if I want to. I can't remember. Oh wait, I have 2 books, 2 like novel ideas that I can serialize like I did the other ones if I wanted to continue Black Star. Which might be fun. I don't know. I also feel like me doing that now would just be to do it, but at the same time I'm still trying, and there's other people trying to get Black Star made into a TV show. So and I think that would be awesome. Like Black Star's my baby as far as like fiction comes. Everything else was just like me writing. Like it wasn't as exciting. Like Black Star was exciting because I had been working on that project since the late 90s. Like at least like formulating it in my brain. So I love Black Star. That's my baby. Let's see. Haven did that with their characters, increasing importance. What did Haven do with the characters? Oh no, I missed the chat. Yeah, if you haven't read Black Star, go read Black Star. It's awesome. That was another thing because I had it as Black Star Canyon in different seasons, and then some fucking marketing asshole told me to change all the covers to make them look more genre specific instead of the original artwork covers that I had that I really liked, and then said to name the books so they're separate entities instead of Black Star Canyon Season 1, Black Star Canyon Season 2. So again, taking stuff down, like you lose all your reviews, you lose all your shit. So now the books are Black Star Murder, Black Star Killer, Black Star Creature, Black Star Revenge, and Black Star Ablaze. Yeah, those are what the books are. Introduce side characters, and as the seasons progressed, they came to the forefront as important. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so much fun. Like, dude. Ugh. There's so many characters in Black Star. So that was just like, that was like the funnest fiction anything I ever have done. Like, hands down. Like, better than the movies I made. Like, oh, and then Black Star also, that was the first time my writing helped me, like, to where I could pay my rent and pay my bills. So that was awesome, because that was, I started Black Star when I got out of movies, and the money I made in movies was really good, and it gave me kind of like a, I don't know what you call it, but like a way of living that, like, this is how I've been living kind of thing. And so if I'm going to quit movies, I need to make sure that I could at least do sort of that. And it took like a year, because I was like publishing a lot of like short stories and short story collections. And then I was doing the Slasherton books, like the picture books. And those just weren't cutting it. And I was like, fuck, Black Star's gotta fucking go if this is gonna work. And by the second season, that's when things started happening. Like, it was like, oh shit. And oh yeah. So anyway, so that's it. But yeah, go pick up Seasons of the Muse. The link down below. You could always relaunch it. Yeah, that's the thing. I've relaunched Black Star so many times. I probably should do it every like 3 or 4 years. I was actually, was it last year? Yeah, last year was the 10-year anniversary. And I was going to do all of it in one big hardbound, like big ass book. I really wanted to do it, and then I just ended up not getting around to it. The fuck is happening? That's some wind, dude. You could always relaunch it. I know there's a lot of fans of ARG style entertainment. What is that? You could reveal it to new fans that way. YouTube channels like Nine Mind, Nexpo. I don't know what ARG is. Tell me more about this. This sounds like some stuff. I'm very interested in hearing about this. Altered reality game. Oh, I should still look into that too. Like, there were a bunch of game things I wanted to do too. Like, yeah. There's so much stuff I want to do. There's just not enough time in a life. Good Lord. But yeah, if Black Star ever gets picked up, like, man, the gamification I'm going to do with Black Star, fuck, dude. It's like an analogy. Nope, I don't know why. My brain's, all I see is anal. It's anal horror game. Old school spooky. I know that's not what that word sounds like. Why am I not being able to say it? I'm just saying anal. I look at that and I just say anal. Probably should stop saying anal. Oh my God. I think it's getting to the point where I need to call it for a day. So let's do this. If you did each book as an audio project with interactions and collect them all in hardback. I want to do that hardback idea in my head, Because all in all, there were how many? Six. 6 times 5 is 30, right? So 6 times 5 is 30. So there were 32 books in total with Black Star Canyon. And I wanted to put them all into like a big, like, huge omnibus. Oh, and then that was another thing I used to do too. At the end of each serial, because like when I was doing it weekly, it would be like, I don't know, like anywhere from 120 to 200 pages each episode. I think one episode was like 300 pages. Like the third season, that got big because like that was like shit or get off the pot time for a lot of characters. So that just like, yeah, the third season was really big. But anyway, I would put like a clue each at the end of each. I don't know if I do this in the rebranding of it that came out, but every book had a clue. So if you took all the clues, the idea was if you have like 1 through 25, you would be able to figure out the mystery kind of thing. So the last page of each book, it was like clue number 1, and then it would say something. And then at the beginning of each page or each book, it was like previously in Black Star Canyon. And then it would like catch you up with like what all the main characters, not even the main characters, but all the characters like trials and tribulations are kind of thing. It was just a lot of fun. Let me see. Analog horror typo. Oh, okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. The reader interaction would work great on an app. Well, that's why I was like really pissed off when Kindle like rolled out Vella after I was done writing serials, because I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a period when Kindle serials was a thing where they were pushing serials because a lot of people blew up with serials on Kindle back in the gold rush, but it took them a little too long to catch up with what people were doing. And then by the time they put it out, like there wasn't like, this is so stupid that they couldn't figure this shit out, because now it seems like everybody does this shit. But like if you wanted to buy a cereal, okay, and like opt in for it, like it wouldn't just like if you buy the first one automatically bill you the next week when the next one comes out. Like there wasn't like a subscription base for doing that. So people had to basically like go back in and find the thing and buy it. And because it was in Kindle serials, the search function on Amazon didn't work the same. I mean, it was the same site, but like you almost had to like dig harder to try to find that shit. And if you're going to roll out a new program, it has to be really easy. And the idea that they couldn't figure out how to like do a subscription service for that just was fucking dumb. So when they finally ended up doing Vella, it was, and it's gone. They killed it. Vella's gone because they tried to mimic a couple sites, like one in Japan and one in Korea, that uses like tokens and all. It was just like, why are you trying? Like, you're Amazon. Don't try to copy people. You're the innovator. Just do it the way you should do it, that everyone who has ever used Amazon is comfortable doing. The kids will come if that's where all the stuff is. They try to make it all fucking weird, and and it was funny too because they knew before Vella even launched that the whole thing was a disaster and it was gonna fail. And I feel like it was almost like a write-off or a way to get rid of a bunch of people from the company for fucking up the thing. But it was just like, they knew right, but even before it started, when it was in beta, and like we were trying to play around with it and use it, I had a serial on there called Hoarywood that was like talking about like my filmmaking days, because I didn't have any serials that I hadn't already published, and that was another thing. You couldn't publish anything that you'd already published or whatever. So I was trying to like keep up with this new thing. I don't know. I hated the format so much that I just gave up on it. Yeah, I think Vela ended in, I want to say October, but that's not right. I think it was more recent. Substack has subscriptions, right? Substack does have subscriptions. They kind of kneecap themselves. Vela Mice with Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, but I think Kindle Unlimited is a good program. But Kindle Unlimited fucked all of us that were making a good income from selling books on Kindle. When Kindle Unlimited started, people who were, and I'm not trying to be funny about this, but like people who were spending a couple $100s a month on books were now spending $9.99 on books. So that, like, to Amazon, they could just look at it as like a loss. But like when you look at, yeah, you have to, like, you get like, what was it? I think at one point it was like 3 cents a page read or 5 cents a page read, which isn't true. That can't be right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But Kindle Unlimited really only helped the people who had really long books. So if you have a book that's like 500 pages or 600 pages, that works. If you have books that are like 100 pages or 120 pages, like serialized format, it doesn't work as well. Unless you get people hooked in and they read through the whole series. Let me see. KU works well for conveyor belt riders as long as they get the page views. Oh, it's a total better system than that, but the pay sucks. Because originally the Vela pay was actually pretty good, but it was stupid because it was based on tokens too. Like you get a percentage of tokens or whatever. But yeah, when KU came out, my income dropped like drastically, and I know a lot of other writers whose income like kind of went in the shitter when KU came out. Substack you could totally control better, but it's also one of those things where, I mean, I guess I could like send people ebooks or something, but it's just one of those things where when people don't, I guess people don't care as much anymore as they used to, but if they don't have like a product in their hand or, but I mean, Kindle took away that too, so who fucking cares? You guys are probably all right. I should probably just get on Substack, goddammit. We've been talking about this for months now. Yeah. Apparently it works well for people who can church out a book a week. Erotica does really well on it. Yeah, no, I mean, but what you got to understand is that those same people who are doing well on KU right now, they were doing a shit ton better before KU. Like when they were making like 70% of a $4.99 sale compared to like a penny a page turn. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like churn, not church, apologies. It's okay. You are forgiven. With Substack, I think people could subscribe and you put the link in the article or something. Patreon could also work well that way. I just don't like Patreon's, what do you call it? like format. Like I don't like how it looks when I put my writing up on Patreon. You can't control how it looks, and I fucking don't like it. Substack, I heard, was easier and better for that kind of thing. But now Substack has that notes thing. And I didn't know what anybody was talking about. I'm just like, oh, they have a Twitter thing? Oh, okay, whatever. But then, like, I downloaded the Substack app because I didn't have the Substack app. I downloaded it, and it just, like, was like, boom, look at all this stuff. Look at this. Look at that. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, this is not okay. This is not, like, I don't like this. So I'm not, I don't love it. But the Bukowski Pod is on there. I have a Substack account for me that I'm supposed to be doing like a new podcast and putting my writing up and stuff like that. That I would like to do and make kind of like a cool thing with. I don't know. It's just another thing I have to do on the to-do list, if you know what I'm saying. Wattpad was cool for a hot minute. I did some stuff on Wattpad. I think I probably still have some stuff on there because I just don't think I ever went back to it. Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't want to like be like doom and gloom guy about like KU and all that because people have, I mean, it's been around for over a decade now, I think. So people have figured out how to make it work for their business model. So yeah, so I mean, the more content you have, the more money you make. So it's fine. And then marketing is really good too. Types Matt Wall into Wattpad. Oh my gosh. You're going to get a bunch of articles about how to use indoor paint to paint a wall in your house. How to use matte paint on a wall. Okay, guys. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Okay. So we have Jimmy, Nikki Jam, Bunny, Sam, Jumpy, and Hank. So that's 6 people. If I could find dice. Is there dice here? I think there is. We might have to go for a walk, guys. We might have to go for a walk to try to do this giveaway. Let me see. I agree about physical books, so I'd probably be happier with an ominous Black Sword Giant collection rather than digital. New pen name. Dude, that'd be the worst pen name ever. Like you would never come up in a Google search. Ever. You would never. Yeah, Seasons of the Muse. Everyone go get it. I've been here a while, but my kids are up my butt. Yikes. Caitlin, hello. But I wouldn't tell everybody that. Caitlin, do you want to be in the giveaway before I find how to do this? Oh, you know what we might have to do? I have a coin here. Maybe we'll do it old school tournament style. I think we're going to do it. We're going to do a tournament. Fine, I'm going to use Matt Wall and become uber famous. Oh, I would love to see you try to do that. I'm going to put Caitlin in the thing anyway. Caitlin deserves it. I have no idea what giveaway you're talking about, so no. Oh my gosh, how dare you. It's for a Bukowski book, Septuagenarian Stew. We're not going to give you away. I'm going to send you a book if you win. Let me see. But we're going to go tournament bracket style on this because I'm a nerd. But I won't put Caitlin in unless she actually wants to be in it. So we'll wait and see if Caitlin wants to be in it. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Where is my page? Oh, here we go. Boom. Finally answers my question from 5 minutes into this stream. Okay, you got it. What question are you talking about? I don't have time for reading at this point. Someone else could need it more. Okay, that is fair. Matt Wall finally answers my question from 5 minutes into the stream. What, about me showing you what book it is? I did. Okay, so we're going to do brackets, guys. This is going to be fun. Yeah, we're going to do like a total. Okay, so the first bracket, we're going to have Jimmy versus Hank. Okay. Jimmy, since you're here, I'll let you call it. Bunny's back. Bunny, you have to call it. And Nikki, call it too. Heads or tails? What do you want? Heads or tails? Since you guys are here, you guys get to pick. I can't do it unless you guys say it. This is excruciating. I should have come up with a better thing. Typical magpie brain. Yeah, very typical. For the giveaway, we're in a tournament, a bracket tournament. Okay, so Jimmy calls tails, Bunny calls tails. Nikki, what do you call? Heads. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? So first off, we have Jimmy versus Hank. And Jimmy calls tails. Oh, it's heads. Sorry, Jimmy. Hank moves on. Okay, so Hank goes to the second round. And now we have... Who do we got? Oh, wait, where'd it go? Okay, Bunny called tails. So let's see. And Nikki called heads. Okay. So Nikki is going against Jumpy. So Jammy versus Jumpy. And Nikki called heads. Nikki's in. Heads. Look at that. Okay. So Bunny called... I'm sorry, I have to click through screens like this. This must be excruciating. Tails. So Bunny is going against Sam. So here we go. Heads. What did Bunny call? Wait, where's the damn screen? Oh, Bunny called tails, so Bunny's out. Sorry, Bunny. Okay. So we have Sam. So in this next round, we have Hank, Nikki, and Sam. All right. We will have... Oh, wait, no, I can't do it like that. Okay, we could do it like this. Nikki, do you still want heads? I swear to God, next time I do this, it won't be so stupid. I'll go back to getting the raffle app that I used to use when I would do raffles and giveaways. Okay, if Nikki doesn't answer within the next 30 seconds, I'll go ahead and just do heads for Nikki again. I still want head, but said had. Okay, I think you should talk to Chris about that. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Shouldn't have done it. I feel bad about it now. Okay, So this is how we're going to do this. I'm going to flip this coin. And if it's heads, Nikki moves on to the same thing. And yeah. Or if Hank, Nikki, Sam. So we have 3 people. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. And it's tails. So Nikki's out. Nikki, I apologize. So now we have Hank and Sam. Hank's first, so I'll give Hank heads, and Sam will get tails. So here we go. And it's heads. So Hank wins. So Hank, I think it was Silly Hank was the name of the channel or whatever, or the subscriber. If you watch this live stream in its entirety, you will find out if you won that or not. And then if I don't hear from you within the week, throw his phone down dramatically. Oh, wait, I should actually put a note that he won that. Okay, because if I don't, I'm not going to remember. Okay, because I'm not going to watch this back. I got shit to do, guys. If I don't hear from Hank this week or whatever, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, there you go. So yay, we did that. So now everyone go over to igg.me/@/Seasons of the Muse if you haven't already done the thing. We only have 15 days left, guys. Do you know how many days there are in 15 days? 15. Jesus. Must be nice to win without doing anything. Yeah. You know, that's what raffles are. But I did like the brackets. I do like tournament brackets. Maybe I'll just come up with a better way to integrate that stuff, because that's a lot of fun. I do like that. And then I'm going to be doing the writing stream in a little bit here. And so members, you could go over and watch how I do that. And I will be putting up yesterday's video on the members side in a little bit too. So Seasons of the Muse, go get it. And if you can't support it financially, if you could just share it and tell people about it, that would be so, so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would really appreciate it. Would really appreciate it. And just go to mattwallart.com just to hang out there and see what's going on. Have a good time. I might blog or something later. All right, guys. Type hard, keep doing the thing. Join the crew if you haven't yet. And congratulations, Silly Hank. You got a book coming. I just need your address now. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later.